All right, we're back from the Catfish Conference in Louisville, Kentucky. We had a little bit of audio issues. We think we've got it straightened out now. I'm sorry that we didn't get that on Jeremy's post, but hopefully we got everything going now. Doc, this thing is just amazing, the amount of people that's been through here the last couple of days, and we're getting ready to do a bunch of interviews again.
People are still buying rods.
I don't know where these guys keep coming up with these fishing rods. They must have brought so many fishing rods. I think I told you yesterday, I walked outside to go to the truck because I didn't bring my wallet in. And the Tangle with Catfish and the
got Warrior Cat rods.
Warrior Cat rods. We got Big Cat Fever Heads boxes stacked up beside their truck and stuff. And I know they brought 600 or 800 of them, and they're nearly sold out. And Tangle with Catfish brought hundreds and hundreds of rods. And what they have on their display racks, all they got left.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Bass and More has sold just tons and tons of stuff. They got some of the longest handles on fishing nets that I've ever seen in my entire life.
These things are huge.
It's awesome. It really is.
That net right there looks like it's 12 foot long.
Yeah, it really does.
That's a 6 foot guy right there. So.
Exactly. So there's a lot of new stuff. We got some anchor guys that's going to be in here. We're going to have Mike Paul in here pretty soon. We're going to do a lot of stuff and make this a big deal. Right now, we're going to get Daniel Kennedy in here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Fishing for Freedom tournament up in Quincy, Illinois. I'm excited about that. Daniel's a good guy. He fishes it every year. He fishes with Joe Lucky and Jerry Klein, and we're going to get him in here and sit down with us and talk about that. Are you ready, Daniel?
Yep.
Come on in.
How are you doing, guys?
Doing good, man. Grab you a chair and pull right on up.
All righty.
Now, I know that you fish the Fishing for Freedom in Quincy tournament every year. Right. I've been there for years. You go there for years. You fish with some really good friends of mine. Mm-hmm. You guys are pretty successful up there.
Me and Mark Farrow and I don't remember who
Joe
the
Lucky?
other. We won it in 2015, and then last year, me, Lucky, and Klein, we got the biggest trash fish. So I've taken home hardware for the past 2 years.
Now, this is the most exciting tournament that we go to every year, and it's not about money. It's not about anything except if you beat somebody, and the fact that we get to take a veteran out or active military guy and spend the day in the boat to try to give back a little bit of what they have given so much for. And I know you are ex-military or still military.
I'm out right now. So.
Right. But, you know, can you explain to the people how important this event is to you guys?
Well, I heard about it 3 years ago. Actually, Bill Dance shared it on Facebook, and then it was about a week before, and I asked the wife, and I said, "Can I go?" And she said, "Go for it." And I hadn't really felt that like connection around other people in the civilian world like you do in the military. Like once you get out, you kind of miss that. I went down to Quincy, and it was just like I'm meeting old friends again. I had no clue who any of them were. You know what I mean? I can't even describe how easy it was just to go up and just randomly talk to a stranger, or people come up and talk to you and want to thank you, and it's just I can't even put it into words. You have to experience it.
You know, the line that we get in to weigh fish in up there wraps around streets in the city of Quincy. Now, Quincy is not a giant town, but it's a big place. And the whole riverfront is completely covered with boats. They fish the Mississippi River in 3 or 4 pools, and they take people out to Mark Twain Lake, and they fish for bass and crappie and catfish there.
And I think they have another special place for the guys that can't get around as well. The more
right?
They'll take them out. They got their own.
It is. It is such an event.
No, but everybody gets to participate. There's not one guy that gets left at the sidelines. Like I said, in 2015, Joe and Jerry's van, the gear went out in it. And so Mark said, "You're jumping in with me."
Right.
And heck, his guy was asleep the whole time. Me and Mark were just catching fish.
Well,
times.
For the people that are on the border of fishing this tournament, they are full or almost full of warriors that they can take out. But we still need boaters to to put a warrior in a boat with them and take them out. And I think that they're like 100 shy now or in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I
So,
think they're on the waiting list for veterans, and there are about 100 boats. So
we need to get people signed up.
yeah, I know. I fish crappie sometimes. Don't hurt me now. But I kind of recruited some of the guys I fish crappie with, and they've already signed up. I got 3 guys from Decatur that are coming over there this year.
That's
just from
awesome.
They're not veterans. I just told them, hey, it's the right thing to do. You might
It
as well
is.
do it.
It is. You know, Cindy and I started fishing that tournament, and the first year she had knee surgery, and I took her brother, and we took a gentleman out, and we had a great time and had a very poor showing. I think the next 2 or 3 years we've been in the top 5, and it's not about catching a fish. That's nice, but we took a major out last year, and he was the nicest guy you ever want to meet. And if I remember what he told me correctly, he'd never caught a fish, never been fishing, and he caught a huge drum.
I think Mark Farrell's partner last year, he'd never been fishing before either.
They just love to go. They want to be in a boat. And the guy's name was Joe, and he sat up there and he was all relaxed and he had a great time. And he's contacted me. We stay in touch with these guys. The 2 years before that, we fished with Lyle, and he does video work for one of the outdoor shows. And we took a little girl out where her father had passed away with cancer. And a friend of mine, John Nordyke, put Lyle in his boat. And they videoed out of that boat and our boat, and we took this little girl out, and it was windy, you remember, and rain. It was terrible conditions, and she was a trooper and done that in her dad's honor. And I'm telling you, there's nothing any more rewarding than fishing that tournament.
And it's not even like the city of Quincy. It's all the little small towns, because we run up to the dam,
right?
Up to what is it, Alton? No, that's
Burlington.
Yeah. So we run up there, and every little small town we go through, there's hundreds of people with American flags, and
it's like the 4th of July, except better.
It's amazing.
It is.
And then they do the Vietnam veteran thing at the dinner. We'll get them all up in front of them, shake their hands, and because they kind of got the wrong end of the stick when they got home. So
they do. I'm so impressed with the way that whole thing is run, and they're there for like 3 days.
Yeah,
and they take guys out trap shooting, and they take them out fishing, and
bow shooting last year.
Yep. It's just a great event, and anybody that has a chance to get involved with it. Now, are you involved with the tournament other than fishing in it?
No.
Okay.
No, that's I'm the Heroes on the Wall. The first time I went to it, I said I'll never not come back to it.
Right.
I couldn't stop talking about it the whole year after I went. It was
this is something that nobody probably ever thought I would ever say. But I would miss a major fishing tournament to make that event.
I would absolutely, if I fished major fishing tournaments a lot, I would absolutely too. And that's my birthday weekend. So I go down there and spend my birthday there. And it's that's the present enough just to get to go there.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great event. And, you come quite a ways to make the conference. How you like the conference?
This is amazing. I couldn't sleep 2 nights ago. I was like, my hotel room was like right across from the conference, where they're doing the seminars. And I just kept looking out, and watching people coming in and out of these doors. It's like Christmas.
Did you spend any money while he's here?
Not too much. I can't be spending too much money.
I see Major Brown was here from Chicago, Illinois, a while ago, and he's getting ready to leave. Yeah. We had quite a visit with Major. I'd like to have got him on the show, but some of these guys that we're trying to get in here are traveling such distances that it's really hard to get everybody on here. And we had a little bit of internet issues yesterday. And, of course, we had microphone issues this morning. But that's part of doing live events. But this thing was jam-packed yesterday, and it's full today.
I couldn't even like round corner. I couldn't even look at stuff. I was letting other people look at stuff. I figured I'd come in today and just look around better.
Well, you can actually see more, but some of the stuff that you might have been looking at
you can't buy it. It's not here anymore.
But it's really been fun. Well, Daniel, thank you for stopping in and sharing.
Can I just 1 second?
You absolutely can.
Okay. So Heroes on the Water, it's kayak fishing. We take guys out. We got 81 chapters nationwide. We fish for anything that'll bite. We just want to get guys out there on the water, being able to control their own craft. They're not out there thinking bad thoughts. they're out there, paddling, trying to keep up with everything. And it's just a really good another veteran organization. And me and a buddy, we actually opened up our own chapter in Central Illinois last year. And this year we're up to 6 events already. And our long-term goal is to basically, if a guy's not feeling great, the statistic 22 veterans take their lives a day. Well, we kind of want to be that fallback to the guys in our area, because the VA isn't always the best. Everyone, guys know that. We want to be able to say, if a guy's not having a great day and he's like, hey, can we go out on the water? In a year or two, I want to be able to just drop what I'm doing and go take that guy out on the water right then and there. Because that's the quicker you intervene with that kind of stuff. I know it's kind of off topic, but
that's okay.
It's a big thing in the veteran community right now. So I'm trying to do everything I can through fishing to help it, because I believe it saved my life. I really honestly do.
Now, do you have contact information where anybody can get a hold of it?
You can go on heroesonthewater.org. You can go on the Facebook page, type in Heroes on the Water. I'll kind of put it up there. Right up there, Heroes on the Water. Just type that in, and they'll give you it'll come up with a map. Like I said, there's 81 chapters, and pretty much 3 or 4 hour drive, you can find a chapter to either if you're a veteran or you want to go donate your time or old gear. We take anything. We'll take anything. People just, hey, you want these old rods? We'll take them. Just anything to get the guys fishing. That's all we care about.
That's good.
Before you leave, I need to talk to you about something on that line.
Okay.
But, if you guys can't find this information, if you contact me or Daniel Kennedy on Facebook, if you don't have Daniel, you can contact me, and I'll put you in contact with them and get this stuff and help these guys. All that we can do. They have given so much for all of us, and if we can give back in any way, then that's what we need to do.
That's right. That's what I feel like I'm doing now. It's my turn to get back.
We're happy that you are, and you've given so much. And I know I'm going to see you in Quincy, and maybe before then. But listen, have a great time at the conference, and thanks for coming on the show.
I appreciate you letting me talk a little bit about it, guys.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks a lot.
We'll get set up. We'll do it again.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Daniel. Thank you. Sitting here looking at Boomer Wilson and Steve Douglas, and one of the guys from the Mud Bum guys. They just keep running through, Doc. They just keep going by, and yesterday was so busy that a lot of these people didn't get to see anybody. And now, as busy as it is today, they are actually getting to see other people that they knew was here, but they didn't see it.
Yeah, and this morning so far, I've seen the little mini seminars going on. Chris Souders was over here just a little bit ago, and he had about 4 guys, and you knew he was going over things that he does.
And by mini seminars, we're talking about some of the top fishing guys in the nation are getting questioned on the floor by fishermen, from very knowledgeable fishermen down to guys that are starting out. And these guys are stopping, and when they start talking, there'll be a group that gets around them that wants to hear what they got to say.
A lot of information.
That's right. They're passing on quality information, and it's not just Chris. It's Steve Douglas. It's Larry Muse. It's a lot of guys that
Joe's down there right now talking to a group of people.
Exactly.
Mark Farrow's in
over
the corner there,
and he's got them guys' ear. And I'm telling you, when Mark Farrow starts talking, they're all listening. They may just pull up there as close as they can, but they're listening. They want to know what's going on. We got the King Catfish guy down here. I don't know what you call that, but
Catfish.
It's a catfish guy walking around. I've seen him on TV before, and Jim and Sheila with Bass and More have run through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
they really have. They got a bunch of things going on.
They're not going to have to carry a lot home with them.
Well,
they've sold a lot of stuff.
I'm not going to give out numbers of what people have went through, but I do know that a lot of the guys that brought hundreds and hundreds of things are not taking any of it home. So, one of the advantages to this is if you come down here and you get involved with this, you don't have any shipping costs. So you can get involved with this stuff and get what you need and not have to pay shipping.
We need. Come on.
We ready?
Yeah, come on.
Who's ready?
You,
Me?
get on in here. Steve Douglas,
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
this is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in the catfishing world. You know, I love my tournaments, and I know you do too. Doc does. But to have this many people, I don't know how you managed yesterday. You was running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Well, today's not as bad as it was yesterday, but we still got a lot of good crowd here,
Yep. Big crowd.
and we're excited. I mean, it's the atmosphere here. It's just all fun and fun.
It is. It is very. I want to say relaxing, but it's really not relaxing. I know you was had to be wore out.
I went to bed last night about 7 o'clock and didn't get up till about 7 o'clock this morning. But I wasn't really tired as much as my legs and feet.
Right. Well, you made a lot of trips across through
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And these guys have got some fabulous boats down here. They got the best fishing equipment anywhere in the world right here in
Yeah.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, and such an array of catfishing products. I was over here yesterday a while ago and looking at some grabbers, limb line grabbers.
Yeah,
I ain't
that's
seen
old.
them yet.
That's old school.
Yeah, but there's a big call for that out there. A lot of these smaller rivers and smaller, John boats.
Yep.
They can just pull right up and hit a clamp or a limb, and they're stuck.
Right. Well, and you don't have to worry about the anchor pulling loose with that.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You can wrap it around that limb and then clip it, and it ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, but there's everything here at catfishing you can think of, and we've got alternative methods of catfishing. I'd like to touch on that subject just a
Me
little bit.
too. Me too. I want to do that.
Yep. A lot of these guys in this area that I live in, and I'm gonna call it the catfish belt, which is the Ohio River, the Mississippi River, all these. They know what pay lakes are.
Right.
But there's a big America out there that has little small rivers, and there's other ways of catching fish, and you have to. I mean, you can't go to a river that's 3 foot deep and think you're going to drift.
No, you're not going to do that.
So limb lines and bank poles. I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as the end user is courteous in conservation.
I do too. And one of the things that they've been saying on television for years and years, and people forget about, is selective harvest.
Exactly.
Now, if we never take any fish out of the rivers, they'd be so overpopulated that the fish would all be small. The same as if you take all the big fish out, the rivers would only have small fish.
Right.
So selective harvest is the key to making our ecosystem the best that it can be.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of guys that don't fish tournaments, but they still catfish. And this was hard for me. And I'm sure it was for you. But we have to understand that it's still catfishing. And if they're doing morally correct, legally correct, then we shouldn't judge people on how they catch
Exactly.
fish.
And it's about fun. If you taking it too serious, you don't need to be in this business.
That's true.
Me personally, I don't think.
That's
It
true.
needs to be fun for everybody.
That's right.
And I'm just excited that the industry's growing like this, that we can enjoy each other's way of fishing.
Well, Steve, I am convinced that this proves the fact that our sport is growing so rapidly.
Mm-hmm.
This is your second year. The first year
It doubled up this.
it was overwhelmed.
Definitely.
The first year.
Right.
Here we are in a large venue with the best of everything in this hotel, and it's overwhelming
And
again.
it's not big enough.
It's not
Right.
big
It
enough.
is amazing, and next year will be bigger and better.
Yeah, well, I mean, we built this thing to do a lot of networking, for anglers to network with companies and other companies to network with. Just like the limb line guy back, or not the limb line, the snag, the
Right.
grabber.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you need to take that grabber and go over here to Muddy River Catfishing, because that's exactly what he needs in his little boat.
Absolutely.
It's a networking kind of thing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's all working out. And like I say, there's a lot of companies that I didn't get to invite this year because we didn't have enough room. And there's new companies that I'm just learning about that we need to invite next year.
And those are the guys that are exciting, is the guys that are coming in with new stuff. We have a gentleman over here we're going to have on just a little bit that has a new anchor thing, and Cindy seen it yesterday. I hadn't even made it to his booth, and she's telling me that she's all wound up about this thing. Now, when your fishing partner's wound up about a product, you got to look at it.
Right.
You got to look at it. She come back over here yesterday. She'd been over and seen Lisa. And she says, man, you got to get over and see Steve's cutting board. We got to have one cutting board. You know, and she's all over me because I always cut mine on the top of the cooler. And I know you do because I've seen it.
Yeah.
And she said, that'll stop that crap. She said, I'm telling you right now, that new RTC, you're not cutting bait on top of that. So we got to have one of them.
Yeah, I had to buy Lisa her own cooler because she didn't like me cutting bait on the cooler.
She mentioned something about that to me. And that's cool. But new products, I was excited about your cutting board. I think that's an outstanding product, and I haven't seen much online about it, but I'm sure that it's going to be a huge success.
Yeah, it's all new stuff. I've got a lot of new stuff coming out after the conference. I couldn't get it in time for the conference, so.
Okay. We got the King Cat guy.
King Cat guy coming in.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Don't trip over the chair, King Cat guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Right there's perfect.
Right
There
there,
you go.
perfect.
King Cat.
Cabela's King Cat. We got everything from fish down here. The guy in the back, Steve, that brought the live wells, I'm not sure what his name is. I understand he sold all of his live wells.
All those bait tanks, and I think they're $400 bait tanks.
At least.
Yeah, yeah.
And he has got fish swimming in that bait tanks that has been in there for a week. Shad.
Yep.
Yeah.
I seen that too. When
Now-
I come in Friday night, they were swimming. When we set up, they
Yeah.
were swimming. I went back there a while ago and asked him, I said, are those the same fish? He said, yeah. The water's so clean.
Clear.
Yeah, clear as
Crystal
off.
clear. Now, if
Very
you can-
few scales in the bottom.
That's right. He's
I was
got an
looking at that
outstanding
yesterday.
product. These things are big.
Yeah.
And he does not measure the amount of water that's just in the whole tank. When he says it's a 30-gallon tank, that's 30-gallon worth of fish are.
Mm-hmm.
He does it differently than everything. It's an outstanding product. And the new stuff like that is really exciting to me.
Oh, yeah. And everybody, they can come see all the new stuff.
Right here.
That's offered, yep.
That's right here. And these guys bring stuff to sell.
Well, it's all about community, I think. I mean, I want the friendly atmosphere and the sense of community.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited about everybody being happy to be here and glad to be around. And they'll go talk to you. They'll come over and visit with us. They'll go over and see the Mud Bum Boys. And who don't want to talk to Chuck Breedlove?
Yeah.
If you're fishing up and down that Ohio River, you're going to have to deal with Chuck Breedlove if you're in the tournament, and he'll put a spanking on you.
Well, the Mud Bum Boys, I'm going to tell you what, I like them guys. And what impressed me about them was, I'm not sure what the catastrophe was down in Louisiana, but I watched a video back in June or July or something where they loaded their trailer plumb full of generators, and I'm off the cuff here, washing machines, anything people might need. They booked it down to Louisiana, stayed down there for a week and helped out. Now, when you give back to the community like that,
That's right.
that is a company you want to invest in.
And that is me and you and everybody else need to take notes of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we all need to be doing. They just had the knowledge and the will to do it.
Exactly.
And you got to commend them for that.
Exactly.
It's
Great guys. Great guys. And I'm
Absolutely.
proud that they're here.
Yep, I'm excited. We're going to have them on here in just a little
Oh,
bit. And we're going to have them and Chuck. And
Oh, I see.
we're going to do the guy with the anchor and get him done. I want to show this anchor that he's got because I think it's a pretty cool
It's
deal.
yeah.
I've never seen anything like it, and it's a new product, and you never know, that might be the next big thing.
Exactly. Well, guys, I won't keep you. I thank y'all for coming and
Thanks,
helping
Steve.
us out today and all week. I mean, you guys, y'all are the voice of the Catfish Conference anyway.
Well,
so.
thank you for that, Steve.
Thank you very
We
much.
enjoy coming so much, and
We like doing this.
I've
Yeah.
never
Like to
seen
talk.
anything like what's been put on this week.
Well, I'm awesome. I'm glad y'all are part of it.
Well, me too, and I hope that it continues to grow, and I hope that you continue to have us back.
We'll do it.
All right,
We'll do it.
buddy.
Thank you guys
Thanks
again.
a lot, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. Take care.
Steve Douglas, this guy has put on the most amazing event that you could imagine. him and Jeff Jones Marine have done something that
You want
the
him in here?
catfishing world, I
Come on.
think would ever see. We got Justin Adams with Powerhouse Anchors, and this is just something that I really was impressed with when Cindy came to tell me. You want to show us your anchor?
Hi, it's finally nice to meet you.
All right.
It's great being here. This is wild out here.
It is. It's a great
It's
show.
wild. It's absolutely
It's a great
wild.
show.
Well, this year we come back bigger, better, more versatile, and that's what a lot of people talked about. My wife's dad, he is one of those guys where our old anchor just isn't his style. He's like, I don't want that big thing in my boat, and I said, okay, well, some people do want that, but he didn't. So I went back and I'm like, okay, I got to think of something. Let's design a river style. So what we come up with, this is our new river style anchor. See, we have the cleats here, and it's got a hole in there. We call them cleats. We can do any color. We also do customization. The best part about it is our center tube. You can also use this as a mushroom. The greatest thing about it is that it's a 1-bolt setup. You simply out, and if you fish these big rivers like the Mississippi, this and that, you can add weight right in here. The best thing about it is you can add lead shot right in that hole right
That's
there.
pretty neat.
And it still breaks away. It's a simple zip tie setup. We laser cut all this material. All these end caps, they're all laser cut. This is all laser cut, and it's a simple 1-bolt setup. Simply take it and you put it on.
3/4 inch wrench.
Three-quarter inch, and then there's your anchor.
And that anchor will hold.
Yeah, this anchor will definitely hold. It's actually been tested at Lake of the Ozarks, Osage River.
Cool. Now, what is the weight on your finished product?
This one right here weighs 14 pounds, and this is our 12-inch model. This will definitely hold boats from 16 and under. I mean, that's just the recommendation. We have 3 different sizes. We do go larger.
So if you're out in the Missouri River where we're running 6 or 7 mile an hour current, you would want the bigger anchor.
Yes, you would
it's
want
not
the
that
bigger.
This one won't do it, but you
Yeah.
just might as well make sure.
Yeah, you might as well make sure. That's just the recommendation on it. These things will probably hold a bigger boat than what they're just rated for, but we just do that because, and the difference between the bigger ones is just the width. And another great feature about these is these absolutely store smaller
I can see that.
than any other anchor out there. You hold that for me and I'll show you. You can have 2 of these or 3 set up in your boat just like this. And this is all the bigger that it's going to
You ever
store
see
in your
anything
boat.
like that, Doc?
Yeah.
That's all the bigger it's going to store in your boat.
It's going to be up
Yeah, it's going to be up in here like this, and that's all the more it's going to store. You can stack these too. So one will be at the top, one will be at the bottom, just like that. And that's how you can store them. It's a great new product. We also do customs. You want to hold on to that for me, and I'll talk about the custom. What we do with this right here is we can customize this in a block font. We can cut out your name. We do logos for $17.50, but for as far as a team name on our anchors, you can do those for 63 cents a letter.
That's cheap enough.
It's only
Powder coating.
these are powder coated.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's going to be there.
Yep, it's going to be there for a long time. These are powder coated. They are welded by certified welders, as you can tell. The welds are very clean,
Very nice.
very respectable welds.
Absolutely. It's not going to break off. Now, will these bend at all? If you
These-
get hung up,
These, as we've tested them, like I said, and they have not bent yet. We haven't had one come back bent or anything.
okay.
So
I know some of the anchors are designed so these flutes actually bend, so they
Right.
can come loose. But these, when
These-
they're stuck, you back up.
we call these cleats, yes, sir. That's why we like to keep them short and strong instead of long and more.
It's amazing how lightweight that is.
Yeah.
Oh, and for us, especially me with
Older
a bad
guys,
shoulder,
yeah.
and us older guys, that weight is a big important thing.
It is a big important thing, and it's also important that you can do different things. So when you're out there and you ain't got no wind, you can simply use this as a mushroom.
Okay.
You know, if you start getting more wind, you can add that lead shot to it. You know, if you end up fishing real heavy winds, then you go ahead and throw on the cleats. If you want to drag them, have a couple crappie fishermen that spider rig with these. Right?
Wow.
So what they
So
did,
drag that unit.
because they didn't have enough money for the power pole, so what they do is they fill them with lead and drag them right behind it. Does the same thing as power pole.
Very good.
Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you about your product if they're not at the conference.
Okay, if you're not at the conference, you can simply get on Facebook and look up Powerhouse Anchors. That's capital P, capital H, capital A. And from right there, you'll directly deal with me because I run the Facebook. So we are working on a website right now. It's a little slower working than I would like, but you can definitely get on Facebook, find us on there, see the product, look on here, find us, and I'll be definitely working with anybody who wants to do a custom. So
Excellent.
in a price range on these, this is $65 for this anchor right here.
So lockable storage.
And that's all the more space it's going to take up in
That's
your boat.
amazing. Yep. That's amazing. You got a great product. I think you'll do very well with it. Thanks for coming to the conference.
Thank you very
We are
much.
so pleased to see you guys with new things come in here. It's great for the sport, and that is a very innovative thing.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Appreciate being
Thank
here.
you.
All right.
Thank
Justin,
you.
Thanks for coming in. That's amazing. I never seen any concept like that. We need to center up here just a little bit. Can you scoot that down? We're going to have a group in here this time. And we need to make sure we got plenty of room. We've got the Mud Bum boys going to sit in here with us. And we've got Willie and Red and Leadfoot, Shitter and Crash. We're going to get Boomer Wilson and Chuck Breedlove in here in a minute.
Jump in here, guys.
Come on in, guys, and have a seat. Get as close as you can and speak up for the mic.
All right.
How you guys doing?
Real good, sir. How you doing?
Doing
We're having a
great.
good time
Now,
at the conference.
Absolutely.
It's wild, wasn't it?
how many people you think run through your area yesterday where your boat set up?
Man, I can't count that.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
It is. It was amazing. You know, we sat here yesterday and we'd see you guys once in a while through the crowd, but it was so thick that we couldn't really see it. And I'd see you, and then I'd see you, and maybe I'd see one of you guys, and maybe you'd be running in and out, but everybody was so busy you didn't get to do anything.
That's right.
Until this morning.
That's the way we like it. That's right. Yeah, we actually thought we would have been overstaffed a little bit with as many people as we had here, but everybody was working. It was busy.
We had 14 guys in that booth yesterday, and everyone was working.
And everybody had somebody they wanted to visit with.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I watched you guys show. The first time I seen it, I thought this is not going to work. And about 2/3 of the way through the show, you guys put in what appeared to me to be a 25 or 30 pound flathead on that line. And you admired it. You took pictures of it, and you put it back in the water, just like the rest of us do, because that's the right thing to do. I was so impressed that when your show comes on now, every week I'm looking for it because I know you're doing the right thing. And from our perspective, it's hard to find guys that run alternative types fishing and release the fish. Now, you all keep fishing. You eat them on the bank, but you keep the right ones. And I'm so impressed with the show, and I was so happy to see that. Nobody in the world cares if somebody keeps fishing. If you do, you're in this for the wrong reason. The fact that you guys are conservation-minded and you care about the fisheries that you go to, it's just amazing to see that in your style of fishing, and I'm very pleased to see that. It's great to watch them shows. You guys are hilarious, man. I don't know if You know, most of the shows that are on television are scripted, and it's very evident that your stuff is really not scripted.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, you're freehand guys.
That's right. Get the camera hot and let her roll, buddy, because whatever happens, happens.
That's right. And you've had motor trouble out there.
Oh, yeah.
And
You got to keep it
rain.
as real as possible because that's how it is.
That's how it is on the
Boy,
real.
it
Man.
is.
It's not
Boy,
picture
it
perfect,
is.
that's for sure.
It is. And I know you guys evidently grew up together or all friends from some way, because with one of you's on the other one and the other's on the other
Oh,
one,
yeah.
it's pretty funny.
No matter who you are, you're going to get a bashing from somebody.
That's okay.
And that's what makes it fun.
That's exactly
like
right.
brothers.
So whose idea was to come up with the show?
Good grief.
I don't think it was any of ours.
Yeah, short answer. So this is actually 10 years in making for us. It was 10 years ago this year that we had the idea to create the hog log. That's the world's first fully integrated dinner system. It took us 6 years, 9 generations of prototypes, 2 foreclosure notices on my house, about 50 grand. It was a long, hard ride to create that product because there's just a lot going on with it. But finally, when we had the aha moment, at that very moment in time, we were looking for a video guy to video the product in use. So we had one more trip planned for the year. We were going out to do a camping trip in September 2013. I ran into a buddy of mine. I hadn't seen him since high school. Hadn't seen him for 10 years. He was a television show producer. And he came out on the river to film the pole in use, but instead they just stayed for 3 or 4 days. They brought about $30,000 worth of camera equipment out there, and we were toting him up the river with no motor pulling up behind the boat in an old John boat that had a hole in it. We had about 25 minutes of dry time in this boat to get them from the boat ramp to camp. Like, all right, boys, here we go. You know, they stayed out there. They filmed the whole thing. We turned it into a pilot and a promo. We sent it to a couple of networks and signed it in suit 6 months later. So it really just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly. So the poll launched, the show launched, and everything kind of just launched at the same time.
Well, you know, the entertainment factor of what you guys do is way up there. You know, a lot of guys, and it doesn't really matter. There's not a lot of catfishing shows on TV to start with.
Right.
But a lot of the bass shows and stuff, they're scripted for one thing, and to me that's kind of a turn off. But I understand how they have to do it that way.
Sure.
When you're doing that many shows a year, you can't come up with content. But with you guys, there's never a lack of content. You know, somebody is always on the other guy doing something. And like I say, I've seen you all take your little boats and pull a boat behind it and set up your stuff. And I know when it starts raining, you're thinking, oh, damn, here we go again. But you never stop. You just keep going. You're like the post office guy. Rain or sleet or snow, doesn't matter. If you need a fire, you build a fire. If it's raining, you go check your stuff, and you're all good to go. So it's amazing to see something like you guys has put together, and you all get along so well, and you have a good time. Who's the cook?
Crash man.
Me and Sean.
Okay, well, you know, we was talking earlier about going and doing some stuff maybe sometime down the road, but now I'm anxious for that cooking deal because it's not that I cook, but I do eat.
Yeah.
And I eat a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Shiner and
We
I
all
make
do.
sure that if your arteries weren't clogged before you come to camp, we'll make sure that they're good and clogged when you leave. Shiner and I can handle that.
That's what I'm talking about because eating to me is not a healthy subject. You know? I want to eat. It doesn't matter if it's healthy or not.
Right. It's kind of a sport for us. We take it seriously.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it now. Have you guys got any plans for doing any of the other events, like coming to some of the big tournaments, Monsters on Ohio, things like that? That's good.
That's
You know,
what department
We
here.
have a 2017 this year that is going to be pretty jam-packed. We have
Good.
16 trade shows, 14 states. Willie's going to be fishing at this point right now. I know for sure 5 to 7 fishing tournaments.
Something like that, yeah.
of the big tournaments?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Some big
bigger
ones
tracks.
on there, some smaller ones, a little mixture of both.
Do you have a list?
I do on a calendar that I have.
Sure,
to
okay,
check. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
You can
On the
email
item.
that to me or send it to me on
Okay.
Facebook in a message, and we can help you guys because, honest to God, I believe there's a whole world of people out there that like to meet you guys. I really do. And if they ever,
We'd like to meet all them.
you know, I seen you guys, but I never met you until this morning, and it's just like I know you guys my whole life. You're down to earth people, just like the guys you grew up with down the street. And I think the whole world needs to be involved with what you guys are doing.
We appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. So.
I'll send you that list.
It's great having you on the show.
It is.
It
We
is.
will be at the MRN tournament in Memphis. We will be there.
Okay.
In fact, rail splitter rods. We've got some guys that are going to be fishing that event. That's with our new rod. We've got some other rods coming out. We will be at that event not only as Willie and Boomer and all the other guys fishing, but we'll also sponsor that event.
Are you going to be in the Gator track?
Very heavy this year. Yes,
That
sir.
is
That's
a
a nice
beautiful boat.
And,
And now you guys have added a couple of friends of mine. Boomer Wilson,
Yeah.
Chuck Breedlove.
Yes, sir.
Now,
We like those guys a lot.
Boomer lives pretty close to me, and him and I have talked about doing some stuff when I get over the shoulder surgery and telling people when they go, we got a big tournament coming up on Lake the Ozarks 2018. It'll be a national championship. We're doing that through our show, and we're looking at a possibility of qualifying 600 teams. So it's going to be a major deal. It's going to be.
And I think right now we've already got 15 teams qualified.
We've had 2 events
right
and over 10 teams qualified. Take the top 5 from each event to qualify. So it's going to be a big deal. They'll be in Lake the Ozarks. But Boomer's going to do a show with us to tell us certain places on Lake the Ozarks at certain times of year these guys need to be looking at. We're going to do a video on how you find bait on Lake the Ozarks because it's going to be a shad fest. There's no skipjack or anything like that in the lake, so we're going to try to make this easy for everybody to go down and go fishing. And he's the guy to do it. You know, he's a great guy. And Chuck Breedlove, I've known Chuck for a long time, and we see each other at events and talk. And I wanted him to be part of what I do in the rod industry. And we never did. We got it together, and then you guys come along, and you can't get a better fisher to represent you than those 2 guys. And Chuck Breedlove, if you fish the Ohio River, you're going to deal with him in tournaments. He's going to break your heart every once in a while. You know, you might come in with a pretty good sack, and old Chuck will come in there and he'll sneak in there and take your money.
That's good.
It is. He's and outstanding guys.
He's a great fisherman, but we found out he is absolutely hilarious. My stomach hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Laughing with him yesterday.
Yeah.
That guy is funny.
Let me tell you what he just did.
Okay.
This is kind of how we operate. We don't call our guys pro staff. We call them bro staff. When you come into our group, right, we consider you family.
That's awesome.
This morning he shows up. He's got this handle hanging out of his pocket, right? And I'm going, what's he got? What's he got in his back pocket? And I said, what do you got in the back pocket? He turned around and he pulled out a handmade knife that he forged and made himself. Had antler bone on the handle. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Out of a railroad spike.
Out of a railroad spike. He said, I made this and I wanted to give this to you guys to take back as a token of how much I appreciate you. And that was huge for us. That's a brotherhood thing.
That's right.
That knife will sit there in our store, and every time we look at it, that's awesome. That's the type of stuff we live for,
That's right. And that is what That's what we need to do with the whole catfishing community. Needs to be that way.
Yes, sir.
And Steve is really big on this, and I am becoming more involved with that. I want the sport to grow. We've been working for years, and this event has proven that what we're doing is the right thing. And I'm so thrilled that you guys come down to the conference and being a part of it. I hope you come every year, and I hope that everybody that walks through that door comes up and visit with you, because if they'll visit with you like Doc and I have, they'll understand that you are our kind of people.
Yes.
And that's what we need. You guys are awesome, man. It's been great seeing your shows. It's been outstanding meeting you, and I hope to see you at every big event we go to.
Now you need to tell our viewers, what channel are you on and what times are you guys coming?
We're on the Pursuit channel.
Okay.
We're airing right now. So we air quarter 1, quarter 2. So from December 26th all the way through the beginning of July, we're on Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we have 2 re-airs every week.
Okay.
You can also find us on Roku, You can find us on Carbon TV. You can live stream it on Pursuit.com if you don't have any of that stuff. Just, if you got internet, go to Pursuit channel. You can live stream it there. There's a million ways from Sunday to find us.
Good deal.
And just to clarify something here, you guys don't just run limb lines and stuff. You fish out of the boat with rod and reels also.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You know, I think there's a misconception that all you do is run lines and stuff, and that's not true at all.
Right.
You guys sit out there and give them rods a jerk, and you talk about circle hooks and J hooks and what sinkers you're using and what setups. It's not just about that.
Yes,
It's about catfish.
Catfish. What had happened is we all grew up hunting and fishing the same way that everybody else walked around this room. And Led and I were fishing 3-4 nights a week on the Des Moines River, rodding and reeling, and fishing out till 2:30 in the morning, getting up going to work at 7:30 in the morning. The difference was when we started 10 years ago. Led says, "Hey man, let's just go and camp this weekend and set some video poles. I haven't done that in a long time. Let's go do that."
That's how we all started out.
And we went out. We went to a sandbar. We had a fire. We set some video poles. We caught some fish. We had a great time. The next thing you knew, we started doing it more. Well, Led owned the boat. And he was the older guy. Let's be real, right? The young guys are up front doing the work, tying the lines.
Older guy.
And that's
like
what,
that.
right. And that's what ended up. That's what happened is there was so much work, line tying and hassle and mess and no salvageability. We wanted to create something that was easy and fast, that it incentivizes that fisherman to invest in that and bring that home with him. Right?
Right.
I'm going to take that stuff back home with me.
Right.
So that's what we wanted to create. So that really kind of consumed our world for 6 years. We didn't have the time we were focused for 6 years on developing that product, So, and then when the show launched, naturally we wanted that product to be in the show, right? And that's part of the river thing is going up to run lines. But what people don't realize is, and you nailed it, is we love rodding and reeling. We love doing anything.
Now, Steve was here a while ago and talked to us about your episode where you guys put your bunches of stuff in a trailer and hauled it to Louisiana to help guys that went through a hurricane. How did that come about?
Well, if I can clear up a couple things right there.
Okay.
It wasn't in an episode on purpose because there were a lot of people that were hurting down there. We didn't want to go and exploit that. We wanted to go and help that. So it never did show up in an
Never
episode.
aired.
No,
There was a camera brought.
Okay.
No, sir. There was a camera.
Well,
There was a camera brought. It was never in an episode. It was flooding from, it wasn't necessarily a hurricane. It was just a big rainstorm that sat over that place down there for 9 days and dumped 27 inches of rain in 24 hours. And it had a southeast wind. It was blowing the current back up to the pontoon train. And high tide. It was just
Bad time.
it was just bad timing and a terrible mess. And the reality of the matter is when those things happen, right? We've all been in bad situations.
Absolutely.
I've been in a bad situation. Had it not been for other people, I might not be sitting here. When those things happen, it's not on your time. It's not on my time, right? You can't plan that. And the reality was is we had people down there that we knew, that we loved, that were affected. You drop your stuff, you go. That's the way it is, right? That's how we have to be.
That is so commendable.
That's what we did, and we were honored to do something like that because I feel like that's. I'm going to be a little selfish here, but it's probably just as good for us to do that for our own selves, right? To reflect. It's good for us to do those things, So it kind of brings you back to realize what life's all about.
That's right. I'm so proud of you guys for doing that. And Steven talked about that with me before. I think we talked about it on one of the shows. And the rest of us need to set up and pay attention to what you guys have set the standard for now. When those things happen, it's time the rest of us and a lot of other people step up and help these people out. We've got to quit relying on the government or the churches and different things to do this. We need to jump in there and for some reason it doesn't track with a lot of us, but it's opened my eyes knowing what you guys done. You didn't have to do it, you done because you wanted to, and that's the reason to do it. So
we appreciate
that. That's just outstanding, and I'm quite sure the people that you affected down there by helping them, they'll never forget what you done. And whether they watch TV or they watch catfish shows, doesn't make any difference. They'll remember all you guys forever. and I just that's pretty cool. It really is, and I'm so happy that you did it. And I hope that the next time something like that happens, it strikes me to, in some way, helping people like that too. And I know that Steve's affected by it. He talks about it a lot, and I know it's got to him. And if we can get that out to everybody in the industry, step up a little bit, do something. Don't have to be a lot, but something.
That's right. Make you a better person.
It makes you a better person.
It really does.
It really does.
It's amazing how just our local, up in Iowa there, everybody came together. We asked for it, and they gave. You know what I mean?
Right.
We filled up a 24-foot car hauler filled it up to the top, and headed south on 55, and to the people that needed it. And it was pretty neat just to see all that come together in a short amount of time. I mean, they only got a short amount of time, and that water's gone.
Right.
They got to take care of themselves and down there. And within a week, we scrambled and we took off and we dropped our lives up home and headed down there where they needed us. And I encourage anybody out there to go and volunteer and help out like that. It will make you a better person and make you understand the real world out there.
To be quite honest, we could all do something to make ourselves better people. even as much fun as we have,
that's right.
There's something you can do to help somebody else out. Those people never forget you for it. I believe that in my heart. When Steve told me that, I thought it was such a great deal. I want to make sure you're talking about. Do you guys have any sponsors or anything?
We do.
Would you like to talk about some of this?
We do. I feel like I'm talking. You guys talk.
Well,
talk about it.
Probably one of our noticeable sponsors here is Gator Tracks Boats. Kent Saxon, Gator Tracks has done an awesome